Hi guys, I'm welcome to a new video. Today I have Samsung Galaxy S8 with me, as you can see, and today we are going to take a look at the Android 8.0.0 at the final official Android Oreo for the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. So this update came out like 3 days ago, but even though it came out a few days ago, not all of you are able to install this update over OTA or over the air. But there's still a way how you can install this Android Oreo ROM on your Samsung Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus. I will show you the way later on or at the end of this video. But now let's take a look at the Android Oreo for the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. So this year Samsung hasn't made big changes to their Samsung Experience UI. You know that Samsung has or had made a really big design change together with Android's Nougat, but this year the system looks quite similar, so there are really less changes. So we still have the Samsung Experience over here, but this year is not Samsung Experience 8.0 or 8.1. This year is Samsung Experience 9.0, and this is based on Android 8.0. Unfortunately, it's not 8.1. Right. But even though they are not big changes or big design changes, there are still some small and funny and useful features or new features in Android Oreo, and now we're going to take a look at all of these. So here at the home screen you can't see a big difference at the first look, but as you can see I have an icon here, it's and I have an icon badge on the Play Store here, and when I press on the Play Store here, you can see you got this new menu over here. You also have subcategories, for example sub menus. You can directly go to your apps from here, or you can remove the shortcut or disable it and so on. So as you can see, they have redesigned this section in the launcher, and the search bar at the top is also different now. So as you can see, it looks like on stock Android devices. Another small change in the launcher is in the folder. So now you can basically change the color of the folder as you like. You can also set it to you can also make it transparent over here. Let's say done, and as you can see now we got a transparent folder over there. So these are basically all big differences in the launcher. You can go to the home screen settings here. You can see that they are not that new things over here. The only thing which is new is that you got the wallpapers and the themes separated from each other. In Android Nougat you only had a Samsung themes shortcut here, but now you have a wallpapers section here and a theme section here, so it's nice that they are separated from each other now. So now you can change your wallpaper much faster than before. So if you go to the search bar over here and if you press there, you can see that this menu looks quite similar and they are not that big changes. But if we open the keyboard over here, you can see that the keyboard has got small new things over here. So as you can see, we have a new bar here, and here you basically got all your shortcuts. So you can directly go to the keyboard settings from here, you can go to your emojis from here. So this is a really nice feature in my opinion, because now it's much easier to access to your emojis and so on. So in the old version of the keyboard you were forced to press on a button over here, and now you basically got all of your shortcuts at the top, which is quite nice in my opinion. So the Edge panel has also got a new update. As you can see here, this is the new introduction menu of the Edge panel, so let's skip that quickly. So you can see that the design of the Edge panel has got a small change here. So you can see that the edge panel looks a little bit different on the right side over here, and you also have this 3-dot menu here, so you can jump between your edge panels from here much quicker, much faster. And if we go to the settings, we can see that there are not that big differences over here. You can still download some new edge panels from the App Store and so on. So now let's move to the notification panel. So the notification panel has also got small difference or small new updates over here. So you have new animations, you have new features and so on. So if you pull down the notification panel, you can see that there's a new animation when you pull down the notifications over here. As you can see, it looks quite similar, to stock Android over here on Oreo. And yeah, the animation when you close the notification panel is also quite funny here. As you can see, it has this new animation like on Android Oreo, and the colors have been changed a little bit. So the colors of the brightness slider and the colors of the icons, they are a little bit more dark now. Another small difference is here, so you can see we got this indicators here, this page indicators of your toggles here. It has also got a new small redesign here, and here we also got our notification settings. So when you press on there, you will get a new page here, and here you can also go to the icon badge, which I've showed you earlier. You can also disable the numbers of your badges over there, so you can say show with number, and you can also show without number. And if we say show without number, you can see that it only shows you a dot over there. So now let us talk about the recent apps panel here. So as you can see, the headers of each recent apps item, they are all white, as you can see. And there's also really small animation change when you close and open the recent apps panel, but this is a really small animation change. And as you can see here, the close all button is also rounded here, which is also a really small design change. Here you can also enable the list views, which is a really useful feature if you have a lot of recent apps opened in the background. And yeah, you can still lock some apps if you want. So if you lock an app, for example, you can still swipe it away, but if you say close all, this app will still be there. Right, so now we are going to move to the settings, because the biggest changes and differences are in the settings here. So the settings app itself has also got a small redesign, so you can see that we now we have a search bar here. So on Android Nougat we used to have a small search icon there, but now as you can see it's a text field basically. And you also got your account information or your profile picture over here, which is also nice to see. So as you can see, the categories here are still the same, so there are no less or no new categories here in the settings app now, but the things in the categories or the stuff in the categories have been changed. So the connections, sounds and vibration, notifications, display and all that are still the same, but here in the advanced features we got a few new options. So here we have something called finger sensor gestures. So we already had this feature on Android Nougat, but they have improved this feature over here. So if we enable this feature here, we can basically do this gesture here to swipe or to pull down the notification panel, and you were also able to do this in Android Nougat, but now you can also swipe again to expand your notification panel fully or completely, and you can also swipe back to close the notification panel. So in Android Nougat you were only able to open the notification panel, but now you can swipe again to expand it, and you can also close the notification panel with these gestures now. So now let's go back. So all other features are still the same. You also get the dual messenger, so not all regions had this dual messenger as I know, but now together with this Android Oreo update you should definitely have the dual messenger on your Samsung Galaxy S8 or Galaxy S8 Plus. Right, so now let's go back here. So now let's go to the device maintenance here. I want to show you the RAM usage of Android Oreo here. So you can see that like half of the RAM is free on this device here, but I am not using my Galaxy S8 as my main phone, so I don't have any apps on this ROM, as you can see right now, and it's a little bit disappointing to me, because I would expect a little bit a better RAM usage over here. I mean, I don't have anything on this phone right now, so it's completely stock. I don't even have a Google account on this phone, as you can see here, so it's completely fresh. And even though I haven't made anything together with this phone here, only half of the RAM is available here, which is a little bit disappointing to me. So now let's go back here, let's go to lock screen and security. So there are a few new things which are new here, so you can basically customize your lock screen. Of course, you still have your face, iris and fingerprints available here, so there are no new or no less options. You can still enable or disable your always on display and so on. But here you can customize your clock. So this is the clock on your lock screen, and as you can see, you get a lot of different clocks here, or clock styles. So as you can see, I've enabled a really crazy clock over there, and you can also change the color of the clock, which is also really funny here. Let's set it to white. Let's say apply, and if we go to the lock screen here, you can see that you got this crazy clock style over there, which looks really really funny. And yeah, and here you can also see that the security patch is the 1st of February, which is quite new. I mean, today we have the 10th of February, and as you can see here, this year is a really up-to-date security patch, so this is nice. And yeah, so the about phone section has also got a really big redesign, but I'm not going to show my about phone because it also shows your IMEI number over there. So but you can basically say that the about phone section looks really similar to Flyme OS. Right, so this here should be it in the settings app. Now let's move on to the camera. So as you can see here, the camera app hasn't got a really big redesign. It looks quite similar to the old camera. So here we got two different labels now, or they are basically the same labels, but now we don't have an icon. We basically got a label over there. You still have this zoom feature here, which I personally never use. You can go to your stickers from here. You can see that the UI has got a really small redesign over here, and yeah, there are no new modes, but of course you can download some new modes from the App Store. And yeah, you also got the full screen mode here from the Galaxy Note 8. As you can see, now we have a full screen camera, but I would not prefer to use this this screen ratio for your camera. So better stay on this one here to get the best camera experience. So if you go into settings, you can see that we don't have any new things here. So all of these things were also presented in Android Nougat. So there are no new features or no new big features in the camera. So this should be it, guys. So there are not that big differences in this Android Oreo update, so there are no big design changes. So you can see that the gallery icon has also got a new design there, or a new icon, but the app itself looks 100% similar. The phone app is the same, messages app is the same, the internet browser should also be the same, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's say start over here. Might be later. As you can see, it said update me or something like that, but in general it looks quite similar. Right, here we have a few other apps. The email app is still the same, and so on. So the, so the apps, they are also still the same. So if there's something which I forgot in this video, you can definitely write this in the comment section down below. So I've decided to make a separate video on how to install this ROM on your Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, because this video is really long now. And yeah, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a dislike as always, and peace out.